All right, this is Conor McGregor. He's a UFC fighter who's decided to get involved in politics. He's Irish. The Irish are being colonized from within, and he's come out on Twitter and social media, and he's voiced his concerns about too many immigrants colonizing Ireland, and he's decided to throw his hat in the ring to try to become the new leader of Ireland. Big things are happening. Let's just get into it.
Hey, Conor, first of all, did you get some time with President Trump? And also, I know there's some Irish immigrants in the U.S. without status. What do you think should happen to them?
The Irish immigrants?
There's some recent Irish immigrants without status.
Are we taking questions? Ireland and America, we are siblings. We consider America our big sibling. So it's important for Ireland to have be a peaceful, happy, prosperous country for the 40 million Irish Americans to have a place to visit, to come back to their home. So we wish for our relationship with the United States to continue, and we wish to be taken care of by the big bro. You know, the United States should look after its little bro. And that's how we feel.
There's some trade disputes too.
Yeah, so it's interesting how these days, because of the American empire, that if you want to become a leader in your own country, you don't have any sovereignty. You have to, in a way, if you've got a connection, especially in the United States, or like you're connected to Dana White, who's the CEO of the UFC, and he is best buddies with Donald Trump, the president of the United States. And the United States basically controls England, by the way. The British Empire is now the American Empire. And so it would make sense when you're technically a society run by the United States to go and speak to the United States before throwing your hat in the ring to become leader, president, prime minister, whatever they call it over there in Ireland. And that's what's playing out right here. He has a very good shot at becoming the next leader of Ireland because of that.
U.S. and the EU, and how do you think?
And that's because democracy doesn't exist in any country colonized and controlled by the United States, just to clarify.
We wish exemption.
We actually have some stuff that we
I will say, Conor is here to meet with the president. He'll be meeting with him later this afternoon. We couldn't think of a better guest to have with us on St. Patrick's Day. We're both wearing our green. This was not planned, but very festive. And as you know, I'll be having a briefing later at 1 o'clock, so we'll talk more about their meeting later. But he's going over to meet with some other administration officials. He's spending the day in Washington, D.C.
For sure.
So
I'm here to raise the issues that people of Ireland face. Yes. You know, and it'll be music to the people of Ireland's ears, because never on the main stage has the issues the people of Ireland face been spoke. You know, our government has long since abandoned the voices of the people of Ireland, and it's high time that America is made aware of what is going on in Ireland. What is going on in Ireland is a travesty. Our government is the government of zero action with zero accountability. You know, our money is being spent on overseas issues that has nothing to do with the Irish people. The illegal immigration racket is running ravage on the country. There are rural towns in Ireland that have been overrun in one swoop, that have become a minority in one swoop. So issues need to be addressed, and the 40 million Irish Americans, as I said, need to hear this, because if not, there will be no place to come home and visit. You know, Ireland is at the cusp of, potentially losing its Irishness,
And it's not hyperbolic at all. You meet a lot of bad British because they're arrogant. They still think that the empire is running. But it's rare to meet an Irishman that's a dickhead, unless he's like an alcoholic that's like super violent and you meet him at the wrong time. But apart from that, this country was colonized by the British. They had the IRA. They had like a bunch of Irish freedom fighters blowing up cars and buildings, trying to fight back against the British Empire. Most racists worldwide just see his face and go, look, white guy, he's part of the American, British, whatever empire, when he's not. He has nothing to do with them. He's a total different race from a different culture. And he's been colonized himself by other white people, the British. And so there's very little coverage on this, and they deserve to have their own hometown, their homeland, and defend it. And there's many countries like this that are now starting to push back, and I think the United States has an incentive to defend countries like Ireland, because what happens over time is when you get enough immigrants that hate America, and those countries are supposed to be allied or colonies of the United States, like Australia. Australia is a colony of the United States, or Israel. It's hard to tell these days. And it's hard to it's hard for the United States to maintain strong ties with countries when you just let in a whole bunch of immigrants that hate America, and they become parasites. And then what you do is they're lucky to have someone like Conor McGregor and some Irish people that would still look to the United States, because what happens in many of these cases is that the locals just get so angry.
The most dangerous.
Whoops,
I'm here
sorry.
to raise the issue.
Whoops. What was that? They just get so angry and hate America so much. It's not just the immigrants that are foreign agents and working against the United States. It's also the local white people that are sick of the United States, because we know that the United States has the power to stop it, or they're behind it.
Highlighted, it's also St. Patrick's Day, so a little bit of celebrations for sure, and a little bit of learning and listening to Mr. President Trump, whose work ethic is inspiring, and all that does to me is highlight the lack of work on my side. So that's it. That's what I'm here for.
Awesome. Thank you, Conor.
All right, well, he's thrown his hat in the ring, and fingers crossed Conor McGregor gets in. This is what we need in many Western countries, and I think we will slowly start getting them. I'm not sure. I don't think we'll ever get it in Australia, because Australia is fully controlled and subverted by the United States. And since the COVID lockdowns, they really let us know that they're not our friends. So maybe Ireland will be able to kick out a whole bunch of immigrants and save themselves. And in the future, they will have higher standard of living and a safer society than countries like Australia. So anyway, I just thought I'd let you guys know what's going on. That if you are an Australian, well,
Guys, all right, God bless.
Bye, guys. We'll see you.
whoops. If you are an Australian and you're looking at this and you're like, oh, it's helpless, I've got to vote Liberal or Labor, there are other options, and it's not impossible that if we had every white Australian man in Australia get together and go, okay, we're gonna elect, I don't know, who like, let's just say we picked out Wally Lewis. If you're an Australian, you know who Wally Lewis is. If you're not Australian, you don't know who Wally Lewis is. Okay, it's as simple as that. And we decided we're going to elect Wally Lewis. He's going to be the new president of Australia. And every Australian grabbed every weapon, and we went to Parliament House and we forced these people to put Wally Lewis, the king, and we put him in as the king. And obviously, I'm from New South Wales. I'm not from Queensland, but we all know who the king of State of Origin was, and it was Wally Lewis. So it's possible. Conor McGregor, great UFC fighter, now possibly, I would put my money on it, will become the leader of Ireland. I'll see you guys next video.